Hey there, folks. Welcome back to The Lone Star Explorer, where we're diving into the must-see places in Texas for your bucket list. You know, that list of places you've got to check out before you kick the bucket. You know, sometimes we overlook the incredible places right here in the U.S. Everyone dreams of Rome, London, safaris, or the Caribbean, but let's not forget the gems we have at home. From Disney and Washington, D.C., to the Grand Canyon, Times Square, and Yellowstone. I'm a bit of a travel nerd, and I've got a hefty bucket list of 250 places across the U.S. I make these lists to inspire you to explore our own backyard because, let's face it, local economies need our support, especially post-pandemic. So, let's talk Texas. If you think we missed a spot on this list, drop it in the comments. And hey, while you're at it, let us know how many of these places you've already checked off. Number 1, the American Airlines Center. All right, now this one, you can see anything. There's sports, concerts, whatever. But Texas is big into sports. You'll see a couple things on this list that are related to sports, but the American Airlines Center is one of the best places in the country to catch a basketball game or a hockey game. You got the Dallas Mavericks there, and you got the Dallas Stars there. Great venue to see anything. Number 2, the Alamo, San Antonio, Texas. This one sees a lot of tourists. I've been here twice, and each time it was a little too crowded. But to tell you the truth, it was worth it. This is one of the most historic buildings or group of buildings the United States has to offer, and it's great for history buffs. The Alamo played a big part in how we became a nation. It's definitely worth seeing if you're in San Antonio. Number 3, the Fort Worth Stockyard. This is the National Historic District just north of downtown Fort Worth. In the 1800s, this was a very important trading post for cattle. These days, it's just a touristy, cowboy town. But it's really interesting and filled with all kinds of history. They still have the cattle drive through town. It's actually there for the tourists now. They're not really shipping out cattle from this area anymore. Their old rail depot is now a mall-type thing that has some really great food and good drinks. It's definitely an interesting place to see. Number 4, the Hamilton Pool. About 45 minutes northwest of downtown Austin, you have this breathtaking natural oasis. The Hamilton Pool is a very popular natural spring and swimming hole. This is a hole in the middle of the Texas hill country that's got a nice little waterfall and a nice place to swim. It's one of my favorite swimming holes in the country. I was here years ago, and it was more crowded than I thought it would be, but it was a lot of fun. Number 5, the San Antonio River Walk. This is one of my favorite days to spend a lazy Saturday afternoon, get some drinks, have some lunch, all on this little river walk area. It's not too far from the Alamo either, so you can knock those both out in one afternoon. Number 6, the Dr. Pepper Museum, Waco, Texas. They have a Dr. Pepper Museum, why not? They have a Coca-Cola Museum and a Pepsi Museum. Might as well have a Dr. Pepper Museum. This one's pretty interesting. It goes all the way back, and Dr. Pepper's been around for quite some time. It's an interesting place to visit. Number 7, barbecue. I know this is about places, and I just mentioned a type of food. Let me explain. Some of the best barbecue in the world you will find in Texas. Find one of these places and eat. In Amarillo, go to Tyler's Barbecue. In Austin, go to Franklin Barbecue. Triple J's in Houston. And my personal favorite, the Salt Lick in Round Rock. And think they got another one in Driftwood too. And, to be honest, there's probably about 50 other places that could go on this list too. Number 8, the Sentinel, Marfa, Texas. The Big Bend Sentinel is a newspaper that's still in print. Local newspapers have been going out of business left and right in recent years, but not the Big Bend Sentinel. They found an interesting way to fund the paper. They opened a coffee and cocktail bar. Yeah, it's right there. They're printing in the back and they're serving drinks up front. Kind of ingenious, if you ask me. Number 9, Billy Bob's Fort Worth. Billy Bob's is kind of like a huge bar. The building now known as Billy Bob's was built in 1910 and was an open-air barn used for housing the prize cattle for the Fort Worth Stock Show, and they have bull riding inside the bar. Not like, the mechanical bull, old school thing from the 1970s that John Travolta did Urban Cowboy on. No, they have real bulls and a real place to do it inside this bar. It's just weird. But if you're in Texas, it's kind of normal. Number 10, small towns in Texas. Texas has some amazing small towns. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. These are just a few of the amazing experiences Texas has to offer. If you've got more gems to add, drop them in the comments. And hey, have a fantastic day, y'all.